Hello guys, I am Rajendra Kumar and I am going to start your first chapter in history, Glorious India, beginning 1206 AD. But before starting this chapter, I have an important message for you. Like we all know that we are fighting with the deadly coronavirus, and to fight with this virus, we have to do something like please don't come outside unnecessary without any reasons. Stay at home, stay safe, live happily, study hard, help your parents, help animals, and cooperate with authority. Okay. So let's begin our chapter, Glorious India, beginning to 1206 AD. You already knows that India is known as Golden Bird in the past. India is also known as World Guru, and we consider world as a family. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. And as you know that this, because we know that this because you already study about this in your previous classes. I already told you about these things, and we known as Golden Bird. Why we known as India known as Golden Bird? We known as Golden Bird because uh, on that time India is a rich country. No other country in the world is as rich as India in the terms of the trade, in terms of spices that we have grown here. And we have traded with Arabian peoples, and they brought gold in exchange of the materials that we sent there to them. Okay. uh, India considered world as a family, Vasudev Kutumbakam, in our ancient text. Okay, and we also wish that world wish for the welfare and the well-being for all the uh, persons living in the world. Okay, like Sarve Bhavantu Sukham Sukhe Sarve Santu Niramaya. So we found this information from excavation and archaeological remains about the glorious concerns of the India. Uh, the Indian territories that is beyond the sea is known as archipelago. By traveling through powerful ships, we reached Myanmar, that is known as Sham, Syria, Indonesia, Malaysia, Australia, Borneo, Philippines, Japan, and Korea. About 6,000 years ago, ships are running in the Indus rivers. It means we have developed our naval power also. We reached both sea and land routes to different countries to introduce our culture and religions. We introduce our culture and religion to different countries by both sea and land routes. It means we reached in different countries by sea and land routes, and we gave them the knowledge of Indian religion and Indian culture. Indus civilization, Indus Saraswati civilization, Vedic civilization, and Ramayana and Mahabharat period is considered golden period. These this period is known as the golden period of India. Ved, that is considered as the world knowledge dictionary. It means all the knowledge of the world of the life is given in this dictionary. Okay, so world is known as Ved is known as the world knowledge dictionary. So Mahajanpad period is also is ideal for republic and constitutional system. It is also divided into republic and constitutional system. It means on that time also republic and constitutional system is prevalent in India, and and on that time we use iron in eastern Uttar Pradesh and western Bihar, and this use of iron changed the life of the people, their physical appearance also. Okay, so we have developed industries, trade, commerce, etc. also. By the 6th century BC, by the 6th century BC, Janpad developed into Mahajanpad. Okay, India is divided into different independent states. Okay, and all these different independent states are very powerful states. They are all are Mahajanpads. Okay, so Mahajanpad period that is started from 600 BC to 225 BC. Many of you don't know that why I written 600 then 325. Time is starting from lower values to higher values, but here this is BC time. BC means before birth of the Christ. Okay, like in your mathematics, number line is there, and in number line one in your left hand side minus digits are there, in right hand side plus digits are there. Okay, like this. uh, and when we come from minus digits, so first number is comes your like minus 10, then minus 9, and then minus 8. So the bigger number is minus 8. That's why BC period is written in that format. Okay, in the 6th BC, 6th century BC, India is divided into independent states, and these states are called Mahajanpad. So, according to the Buddhist text Anguttara Nikaya, there are 16 Mahajanpad exist on that time. So, we are going through one by one these Mahajanpad and their capitals, and you have all you have to learn all these Mahajanpad and their capitals. This one is your homework. Okay. So, number one is your Kashi. Kashi, the capital of Kashi is Varanasi. Kuru, capital of Kuru is Indraprasth, and I want to ask you some questions, guys. Many of you watching Mahabharata this time, and these some words like Kashi, Kuru, Ang, Magad. These some words comes in this Mahabharata episodes also, like Matsya, Sursen, Avanti, Gandhar. Okay, so the next is your Ang. The capital of Ang is Champa. Magad, capital of Magad, Rajgriha or Grivraj. Vaji is also a Mahajanpad. Videha or Mithila is the capital of the Vaji Sangh. Mal, capital of Mal is Kushavati or Kushinara. Chedi, that is Shaktimati. Kaushal, that is Ayodhya. Vatsya, that is Kaushambi. Panchal, that is Ahichhatra. Matsya, Viratnagar. Matsya is the Janpad of Rajasthan also. Sursen, capital of Sursen is Mathura. Asak, that is Patan of Potali. Avanti, northern Avanti's capital is Ujjaini, and southern Avanti's capital is Mahishmati. You are right. Mahishmati is the capital of the southern Avanti, and this word is used in the Bahubali movie also. Mahishmati's kingdom. Okay. Gandhar's capital is Takshila. Takshila is in Pakistan. Cambodia, capital is Cambodia is Rajpur. So Mahajanpad is of two time Rajtantra, that is monarchy. Monarchy is the system in which king or queen ruled over a kingdom or a territory. Republic, it means Gantantra, it means the head of the kingdom is elected by the peoples. Next is your republic. Republic means Gantantra. Shakya of Kapil Vastu. Kapil Vastu is in Nepal. Okay, Kapil Vastu is also known as Lumbini, where Mahatma Buddha take birth. Parts of Susumargiri, Bulli of Alkappa, Kalam of Keshaput, Kolis of Ramgram, Mala of Pava, Kushinara, Mauryans of Piplivan, Lichvi of Vaishali, and Videha of Mithila. Okay. Then next is Rajtantra. Rajtantra means monarchy. Kaushal, Vats, Avanti, and Magad. These four monarchical or Rajtantra is a very powerful kingdom in India. Okay, look at the map given here. Okay, Gandhar is in Pakistan. You see Gandhar is here, and above Gandhar is Takshila, and then Cambodia. Okay, parts of that northern territory is known as Uttarapat. Below this Uttarapat, below Gandhar, Kuru is there. That is in Haryana and Delhi area. Then Panchal, and middle part of the India is known as Madhya Desh, and below this Madhya Desh, Matsya is there. That is in Jaipur. Then Sursen, that is in Uttar Pradesh, Mathura. कौशल, वत्स, प्रयाग, मगध, राजगृह, काशी, वैशाली, वृज, पाटलिपुत्र, मल्ल, अवंती, छेदी, उज्जैन. Okay, and that Vallabi in Gujarat, Asmaka, that is on the bank of the Godavari river, and the southern part of the India is known as on Dakshinapur. Okay. Hmm. Janpad of Rajasthan. So main Janpad of Rajasthan, there are four main Janpad of Rajasthan. Number one is Jangal. So present area of Rajasthan is the Bikaner and Jodhpur. That Bikaner and Jodhpur comes in Jangal Pradesh, and that Pradesh is known as Jangal Desh. Capital of this Jangal Janpad is Ahichhatapur, and that is better known as Nagore. King called himself as Jai Jangaldhar King, and this line is the state symbol of Bikaner. Matsya. Next is Matsya. Present area is Jaipur. Extent means it's इसका extent का मतलब होता है इसका फैलाव कितना कहाँ तक फैला हुआ था ये. That is Chambal Hills to Saraswati River. Between Chambal Hills to Saraswati River. Capital is Viratnagar. That is also known as Barat in the Mahabharat time. Sursen. Sursen present area comes in the Braj region. Parts of Alwar and Dholpur also comes in this region also. Braj region mainly in Uttar Pradesh. Capital is Mathura. Lord Sri Krishna belonged to this Mahajanpad. Okay. Next is Shivi. Present area is Shorkot in Pakistan. This Shivis then settled into Mewar later period. Capital of this is Chittorgarh. Okay. Next is your Santhagar. Santhagar is a assembly where basic rules of state policy is determined, and the representatives of the elite families are the head of this sabha. Views are known as Anu Virod. That views that are presented by the elite families is known as the Anu Virod, and the controversial topics were settled by voting systems. Okay, uh, that is the end of the first part. Tomorrow I will giving you a next part. Thank you very much.